All right, we're back at this 2009 Lexus ES350. Just performed a OBD scan, and we do have some trouble codes here. Hood shocks didn't stay up. So here we got some codes here, and let me go slow down it. I did have to jump start the car. The battery was completely dead, and then I shut it off for a minute and went to go start it again, and it was dead again. I had to jump start that 2 times. So I just wanted to identify that some of these codes could be related to the battery being jumped off or dead. Some of these other codes will need some further diagnostic troubleshooting. I don't see anything that would be concerning to the engine or the transmission. Alright, so I just performed a readiness test. This would be something, all these red boxes with the X's would have to be a green check mark to pass. Since the battery was dead, it doesn't have readiness and it would need to be driven longer. It currently doesn't have any trouble codes for the engine. Somebody would have to drive the vehicle longer to get those green check marks to pass. Alright, so we're going to do a battery test. Had to jump it off. We'll see how she does. And I ran it for about 10 minutes. Revved it up. Alright, so the battery is in replace mode. Looks like she ain't got much left. Alright, looking inside there, doesn't look shabby. It's hard to see, but I see chrome and I see what looks to be good looking oil. That's a good sign. Alright, engine oil looks full and clean. Alright, there's coolant reservoir. Looks a little bit low. It is the pink color. Need to add a little. Alright, here's the steering reservoir. Looks dirty. Looks like it's in the low range. Needs some more. Could use a fluid exchange on that, would be good. Alright. I see a little shiny down there, way down there. It looks like there is some. Could use a little more of the washer fluid. Alright, brake reservoir looks good and full. Alright, in this case it's really hard to see the belt on this vehicle. Looks like it. The back side of it looks good still. It's hard to see. I'll try to catch it from the bottom. Alright, looking around here, notice just a couple clips missing on the back. One missing here. And 2 missing over here. And they're just little plastic pop-in things like that. Alright, I was just going under the car here, noticed a crack in the light. Wanted to point that out. It doesn't seem to be exposed through. Looks like it's just a crack without water entry. All right, here's the bottom. Got some scratches here on the bumper, right here on the undercover. Same over there. It's got an aftermarket oil plug. All right, noticing a new spindle on the passenger front. Looks like the CV axle is leaking grease onto the steering pump. And I do see some oil residue there. I suspect the pump is slightly leaking slowly, which indicates why the reservoir was a little bit lower. So it very well could be leaking over here. Probably from the seal, or the shaft seal, or the back plate seal. And then the other accumulation on there, the black stuff, is actually from the CV axle slinging the grease. And it looks like it may be a slow leak on the axle grease and maybe a slow leak on the steering pump. All right, so the serpentine belt has some tiny little cracks. It's hard to see here and zoom in and hold the light. It's still usable, and I would recommend considering changing that serpentine belt in the next 6 months. All right, so right here I'm looking on the back side of the engine, which appears to possibly be a valve cover gasket leak, which is, it does not look to be very active. It looks like it would take a while to leave a drip. All right, don't see any rust down here. All these bolts look like they would come off pretty easily. I don't see any reason to be overcharged for any repairs for that reason. All right, so that concludes this part of the inspection. Thanks for watching. Hit the thumbs up. Thanks.